everybody, it's Preston here, also known as Godzilla Hawk. Of course, you know me, and we have
Captain Asshole.
The Captain Asshole, Brandon.
Asshole.
And today, we are here for another wrestler talk video. Now, we haven't done one in a while because we pulled some pretty good picks, and we wanted to kind of like drag it out a little bit, kind of, you know, let you fans kind of choose wisely on this one.
That, and I'm incredibly fat and lazy. So, yeah.
And plus, he's been kind of, you know, busy as of late, so vie with work. But I figured, since we haven't done this in a while, we might as well get this one done.
My couch has a giant fat guy imprint where I usually sit now. That's how busy I've been.
Yep.
A lot of stains on that couch, too.
Oh, your poor... your poor...
I need some Lysol. Industrial.
Oh, you're a poor dog. You're a poor dog.
He doesn't get to sit on the couch. If he did, he'd be stuck to the back of it going, oh, what the hell am I in now?
But anyway, so now we're going to talk about...
Turtle soup. Oh, wait, that's right. AJ Styles.
Yeah. We're talking about AJ Styles now.
The winner by how many votes?
13.
Impressive, considering the next lowest was 9, which was...
Sami Zayn.
There you are. Which is surprising, considering I'd rather talk about Sami Zayn than freaking AJ Styles.
Hey, but you know what? Sami Zayn still got a lot of votes, and we can still pick Sami Zayn again. And
we can pick Brock Lesnar again. Maybe we'll get we'll get Brock Lesnar, then we'll get Batista, then we'll get John Cena, and then we'll pick Randy Orton, and then for the 5th pick, we have Bobby Lashley. And we're like, well, apparently we're gonna get no votes this year. We'll end up getting one for Brock Lesnar, and I'll be the winner. And you'll be like, no! We're not doing it. We're repicking.
Boys, we're going to talk about...
I choose to shrink.
I'm going to talk about AJ Styles. Now, he is one of my personal favorite wrestlers. For numerous reasons. He was the guy that defined the X Division. By far, he's the one that started. Without him, there will be no Manic. There wouldn't have been a Low Ki. AJ Styles was the one that started the X Division. Fact, not opinion.
There also wouldn't be that one kid that broke his neck.
AJ Styles.
Maybe. I don't know. He might have done it with something else. Alright, that's a random pick. Go. AJ Styles.
Yeah. If anyways. Like I said, AJ Styles is one of the most impressive athletes, not just in TNA, and not just in Ring of Honor and independent company. He's considered one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. And the fact that he is almost in his 40s and yet he's still credible to this day is very impressive. The things that this guy does, especially like in Ultimate X matches, especially in the X Division, which he was most popular at in TNA, he defined X Division with guys like Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels. Those three alone, when they feuded, whether it was for the World title or X Division, they tore it up.
Literally, especially when Daniels took that screwdriver to someone's face. Whew, damn.
AJ, like, I can go on and on about AJ because everything about him, like, there's really nothing negative except maybe his mic skills could have been a little bit better, but that's about it. Like, his character was fine.
It could have been a lot worse. They could have given the mic to Brock Lesnar and then we'd be screwed. Not this again! No! Yeah. I just want to throw that out there.
Anyways.
What?
So, well, if it's not too much to ask...
I challenge him.
If it's too much to ask,
yes.
Can you actually honestly respect me this time? Because I respected you. I honestly didn't talk over you during Chris Benoit or Sheamus.
Okay.
So, I just want that in return.
Okay.
If that's okay.
I'll try.
Alright. But like I said, AJ Styles, he was actually one of the TNA originals. In fact, I would consider him, or most people would consider him, the face of TNA. Not Kurt Angle, because he was in WWE. Not Jeff Hardy, he was in WWE, and he's overrated anyway. AJ Styles was the guy that was considered a face. Now, when he first started off, he was just kind of that guy that was just a high flyer. He was just getting up there. And he was the very first X Division champion, which later would become probably the most prestigious title in TNA thus far. And the fact that, like you said before, you're a huge fan of the X Division. You love the X Division because all the stuff they can do, whether it's Ultimate X, Steel Silent matches, cage matches, triple threat, fatal four-ways. It doesn't matter what the X Division type of match they are. They will bust their ass to make the show. And they, throughout most of the time, I would probably say like 90-95% of the time in X Division matches on, they usually steal the show. And I'm being honest there, I think Brandon you would probably agree with me through a majority of it.
It's usually the only reason why I watch TNA.
And AJ Styles was the guy that defined it, because he not only was he the first X Division wrestler, but he's the one that feuded with guys like Christopher Daniels, who's another great X Division wrestler, and a guy, my personal opinion, should have been TNA World Heavyweight Champion, because how built up, and he was pretty much a veteran. He was a veteran, and he was just as good as AJ. But he was like,
who are you talking to again?
Christopher Daniels at the moment. The Fallen Angel.
You know, if they had kept him in his original Fallen Angel version when he was so much more aggressive, sure, I could give him credit.
Like I said, we could talk more about Daniels in another video, but however, like I said, Daniels, we'll talk about Daniels, but then there's the other guy, Samoa Joe. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Samoa Joe, of course we'll talk about him in the near future, but Samoa Joe, you take one look at him and you think just already super heavyweight, but the fact for a big guy like him, for the stuff he can do, is impressive and deserves to be in X Division. Just those three guys alone in a triple threat match, and I remember I gave you that little DVD with their match. That was considered TNA's best match of all time. And not only that, it was an X Division match. That says something right there. Not the World Heavyweight Championship, not the tag team, but the X Division Championship. And the fact that that was the greatest match of all time in TNA's history, and it's for a mid-card title, is impressive. It's the same thing with WWE. How the greatest match of all time in their eyes was Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage for the Intercontinental Championship. That's how prestigious the X Division is, and this is why I like AJ Styles, is because of what he can do, how athletic he is, what all the spots he do. He's a brawler, but he's also a really great high flyer. He's had the incredible feud, like I said, with guys like Daniels, which is probably the most memorable. He's had brief feuds with Bully Ray. He's had feuds with Samoa Joe. I think briefly with Kazarian. He's had feuds with Kurt Angle, which were really memorable as well. AJ Styles was that guy that you wanted to see him. He was like the Daniel Bryan when he first came in, how everybody liked him, and they wanted him to recruit and gain that world title. And when he finally did, I believe it was a triple threat match between Sting and Matt Morgan and AJ Styles. I believe Sting was the current champion. No, it was a fatal four-way, if memory serves me correct. Kurt Angle was the champion. I remember this clearly. Kurt Angle's out on the floor. Sting, he looks like he's about to pin the world champion, but instead he looks at AJ and does a suicide dive onto Matt Morgan, pretty much saying, AJ, you deserve the title more. And he let AJ get the win, and I remember crowd erupts, cafe going everywhere. Christopher Daniels back then were best friends. They were cheering. You got a bunch of fans in there celebrating, holding him high. It was a great moment because he deserved it. And it didn't matter if he was a tag team wrestler or a World Heavyweight or X Division. He made that division mean something. Just him alone. And then, of course, we had guys like Manic, Tigre Uno, Crazy Steve, and so on and so forth come in, and they're trying to build an X Division ring up. And this is what I like. Samoa Joe's still in the company, even though he's injured at the moment. He had to vacate it. I still wish, though, Christopher Daniels was still in Kazarian, because those are best X Division wrestlers. And personally, my picks, they should have been World Heavyweight Champions, just for the fact of what they can do. But I liked AJ Styles because he was the guy that defined X Division. Without him, there wouldn't be an X Division in my eyes. And the fact that he made that title so prestigious to what it is today, you gotta give him credit for that. He bust his ass for that company and to make that title mean something. And I give 100% respect to that. And the fact that he puts on, pretty much every match he's on is really good. He pretty much steals the show. And I respect AJ. But now I kind of talked a little bit about, now, what are your thoughts, your honest opinions, and kind of, you know, like if you, just down about what I said.
I do agree with most of what you said. He established the X Division. He defined what it meant to be an X Division champion. However, what it represents, the prestige that it has today, is more due to Austin Aries with what he's done with the title. He has taken it. He's taken what was originally there. He took the tradition of the X Division and took it to the next level, made it more extreme, much more worth having. It's not about making it not crediting it. It's about making it worth having, fighting for, making it worth putting everything on the table every time to hold that belt. It's a great championship, no matter how you look at it. And if it wasn't for AJ Styles, you're absolutely right, it would not exist. However, it did take a lot out of a lot of other X Division participants to build that. He didn't build it himself. He built it by going through the rest of the X Division
back in the day
competitors. However, a lot of injuries, lots of injuries, a lot of people permanently put on the shelf because of this. They've had to fine-tune it over the years, and honestly, I don't think that there's much left that they can do to hype up X Division aside from adding a bonus stipulation like it isn't already awesome enough as is. Now, that's just cheering X Division on. AJ Styles, who we're talking about today. Now, AJ Styles has had his baby face. He's had him being the whooping boy. We've seen him go up and down just like Daniel Bryan. Absolutely, just like Daniel Bryan. However, he's bigger than Daniel Bryan in size.
Well, so he was always that's in terms of like wrestling and character, so how I was a fan favorite, not size.
I'm not there yet though.
Yeah,
is that in size he's bigger as a competitor, which meant he had more credibility right off the bat just because of his size, which is cool. And let's face facts, Pele is freaking awesome. Let's face facts. You kick flip and kick someone in the back of the head. It's gonna hurt.
It's amazing.
And the simple fact that he's never put given anybody a concussion or in a neck or head injury from doing that. That's a whole nother level of professional that you can't reach with ease. And he did it at a very young age. Now his career has been very professional, very impressive, and you can't deny it. He should be on the top. I'd say top 10. For the most impressive wrestlers of the decade.
Don't forget
last 10 years, he's top 10 easily.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to interrupt just for a quick sec. We actually checked the PWI. We're not going to go too much of it, but he was in the top 5. He was number 4, so that says something right there. The fact he's number 4 out of the top 10 guys.
But also throwing that out there, I can also say bullshit on like half the guys on there. So just want to do that.
Yeah,
well, maybe not on there, but what position they're given.
Yeah.
Anyways, going off that thing there, we also want to make sure that it's understood that him leaving TNA was the worst thing that could have happened to TNA.
Oh yeah.
But with TNA discrediting, it also opened up wherever he went, and I'm surprised that there wasn't a bidding war over his contract, because that would have gone viral in a heartbeat, and nothing came of it. He is a very prominent wrestler. He will always be a prominent wrestler. I don't see him retiring any soon. I see if Sting can still wrestle to this day at how old is Sting now?
I think he's 50s or 60s.
Yeah, in 50s and 60s, just like Taker was in late 40s, right? Late 40s.
Yeah, he's almost 50.
He's got another 10, 20 years on him easily. So AJ Styles not going to be retiring anytime soon. And let's hope that what he did for TNA, what he did for the X Division, he does for every company that he touches. Because, honest to God, we love Daniel Bryan. We do. Yes. We appreciate him being a part of WWE. I don't think he'll ever be a part of anything else but the WWE. Because if they pass him up, they'd be fools for it. But the true fact of the matter is that he makes WWE great. That's his trademark. I can see AJ Styles' trademark being that whatever company he goes to, whether he wrestles a single night in that company, or if he makes a small career, a couple years in that company, I can see him building something big every time. And so love out to him for the fact that he is who he is, and what he does, nobody else can do. Well, maybe they can, or they just don't care enough to try. Yeah. He gives it 100% every time, except for when he was younger and they were trying to do the babyface thing. But that's That's
Well,
management.
he was so-
That's management's fault.
Well, he was still credible when he first came in.
That is
but
why TNA does not have AJ Styles no more. Now, my feeling on the matter, like I said, great wrestler. We miss him in TNA, but honestly, if he...
At least he's still wrestling to this day.
If he's got to go to somewhere else, that's where his path takes him. I look forward to seeing what he does with the other companies, because I bet they become big as well.
Well, now that you've kind of pointed out, like I said, I think he originally started in Ring of Honor. That's where I think Punk used to go to as well. That's like one of those big wrestling companies, like in terms of independent. That's where stars are meant to be, and then that's where they go.
That's the springboard. That's basically where bigger companies like the WWE and all them other ones, the WCW and all that, went to preemptively see, like the scouts for football teams went to go see the players at practice areas and stuff like that. That's what that company is. It's a preemptive view of these guys, and they can determine, well, this guy's pretty decent. He has possibilities, but we also can see what he's not, and then based off all that, balance out what they'd be willing to offer him on a yearly salary or whatever.
Yeah, but they also have a pay-per-view too, and they're treating it like it's like their own show. But at the same time, it's like a Tough Enough where you can scout them and see, you know what? This guy's good. It's the same thing New Japan person, like Kevin Steen and Prince Devitt. Like,
but if you look at everything that they do, it's to promote. That particular is called Gold Dragon.
Gold Dragon Wrestling. That's the Canadian wrestling company.
Gold Dragon
with Mitch
is a promoting company. It's not an actual wrestling company. A lot of people get that confused, and I gotta let you know this right off the back. Well, it does promote wrestling, and stuff like that. It's actually a promotion company that actually allows people to showcase what they're able to do, so that bigger companies can be the next bid for them. It's almost like a springboard company. A company that's basically like, okay, while you're with us, you're going to be promoted. You're going to get all this stuff, and all this other stuff is going to happen to you for you. And other companies, because you're with our company, will see you. And it's not a, here, let's start your career with this company. You can stay here for 25 years. It's not one of those companies. It's a springboard company. It starts you on your path of where you're going, shows what you can do, shows what you can do to the other guys, and they decide if they want you with this company or that company or that company. And 90% of the people in those particular companies, on the springboard companies, are looking at the WWE, and so the fact they have so much face time. They have so much face time because of their national networking that they have. TNA is the second one, obviously, because, again, national networking. Whatever's on an easier to get to televised event, that's worthwhile because you can be seen nationally. Yeah. And that's the point
NXT too. I would actually put NXT.
But NXT isn't really on a channel very much. You have to pay extra to get to this channeling thing, and it's not a part of the basic.
It's more like on the computer, I think. I don't know if I can actually watch it, but NXT is like the springboard thing. It's like, it's pretty much, as soon as you get to NXT, you know you're in the big leagues. And as soon as you're done with NXT, you automatically go to the main roster, and that's what it is.
NXT's also tied in 100% with the WWE.
Well, it is a WWE
it's more like instead of being a springboard company, it's a training company. It's the training portion of the company where you can be seen by wrestling enthusiasts who like to something and watch in person, like we're going to do for WrestleMania. And well, congratulations. And then you got the fact that we calmly watch you and we're like, yeah, this guy's great, and they build a character off you a little bit. But the second that they think you're at the peak of what you could be at that company, yes, you springboard into the bigger blocked portion of the company, which is far more popular, and then they rewrite your entire persona for some strange reason. But it's fine. It's a little different than a springboard company on the simple fact that the springboard company is not financially involved with the other companies. It's a separate entity completely. NXT is 100% sponsored by the WWE. It is WWE. And I know that TNA's got a little bit of monetary backing from the WWE too, but that's for obvious reasons. All said and done, all said and all this other crap, I'm just going to say, like I said, I hope that one day we get to see companies that have been lucky enough to employ AJ Styles with his talent rise up and become something like TNA. So it shows the management of the team of TNA how much mistake they made, and shows just how important AJ Styles really was, and he is and will always be, you know, the rising star of TNA, and unfortunately also the falling star of TNA.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like I said, I think he's back at Ring of Honor because I've seen him wrestle with Matt Hardy recently. I think it was a few months ago on there. And I forgot to tell you this, but there's another wrestling promotion company that they're making right now. It's called it's Global Force Wrestling. It's the one created by Jeff Jarrett and his wife. I've seen some of the...
GBF, right? GBF?
No, I don't remember. But anyways, it's created by the Jarretts. I've seen some clips, like some pictures of AJ Styles there, and it's supposed to be another big company that's coming, and they're actually already having their next, like, kind of like Mania coming up on pay-per-view. I believe it's somewhere in January, and I'm actually going to check out on live stream for free if I could try to find it. I'm going to check out for myself because I haven't seen it, even though it's right now. It's kind of like the, you know, I don't like to say this because, you know, you didn't like the pay-per-view, but like the Bound for Glory series this year.
He had to say the dang thing. Could you just
I'm sorry.
BGF up?
well, like I said,
that was the most horrible thing I had ever seen.
Well, anyways, getting to the point.
Yeah,
like I said,
do.
With Jeff Jarrett, I actually heard about Mitch talking about this in his video where Jeff Jarrett, it's not just some wrestling company. Jeff Jarrett is actually looking for certain wrestlers, not just from, you know, independent circuit, but all around the world, whether it's Japan or Ring of Honor. So that means he can recruit AJ Styles.
He can recruit anybody. He's basically saying that if you're a free agent and you want out of your company, but you don't want to lose your money, talk to me. That's what he's saying, and it sounds good.
And that's why I like it. And I actually seen like some of the staging stuff. Like it just started not too long ago.
Let's look at this positive view. Okay, so people that I'll tell you what, you list 5 people that you see him picking up immediately.
Let's see.
And I'll list 5.
AJ Styles, I can see. Maybe John Morrison, because, well, I don't know about John Morrison, because I think he's in another wrestling company. It's the Underground Lucha Libre something, because they've actually been promoting on advertisement.
Which confuses me, because he doesn't wear a mask, or, you know,
well,
he's also
he's
white.
definitely on there, because I've seen him on there. But if John Morrison gets out of there, maybe John Morrison. Let's see what else. On Chavo Guerrero, he's one of those guys that makes a possibility. He's a big guy too, is in WWE. Like any of the Japanese superstars, you know, in like New Japan Pro Wrestling, guys like that. Remember, it's like half the guys you saw on there, they're really athletic. They could mean something. Why don't you put them on Global Force Wrestling? Make them, you know, interesting. You could get maybe like Shelton Benjamin from Ring of Honor and go back there or something. Like or Carlito or something like that.
That leads me to my 5. You know, like I said, a lot of guys that I can see going there. I could see Matt Morgan coming back because he's no longer with TNA, right? They released him.
Yeah.
I could see Crimson coming back to them.
I would like to see Crimson.
Because he was a great wrestler until they tried to do that heel thing with him. And it was like...
With the undefeated streak, I remember that.
Yeah, that was pushing too much. I mean, he
kept on saying, like, I'm better than Goldberg. And it was like, yeah, as soon as the streak ended, it was like, no one cared.
That's the other one. I believe they could actually employ Goldberg. I believe they might pull him out.
Oh, CM Punk's another one. If CM
Punk was another one on the list, yeah. And then the other one I was thinking about, this was one of the ones you're not going to like, is Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, I kind of knew you were going to say that.
Well, I could also throw out Crash and Hardcore Holly.
Well, one of them's dead.
Wait, which one?
I think it was Crash that's dead.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Hardcore Holly, I think he's a football player, though. The football coach, I think.
Would you like to be a football coach, or would you like to go back to doing what you do best? The other thing, I would love it if they'd pull, what's his name? He does security for Seth Rollins for the WWE, little guy, the Bulldog.
Oh, Jamie Noble.
I'd like to. I would love to see them pull Jamie Noble, just the simple fact that he was
Hurricane Helms.
He was Hurricane Helms. They were both great wrestlers. They were great. They were like top of their
mark.
They
could use Spike Dudley, right? Maybe. If they really want.
I can say Spike Dudley if he's not doing anything.
This is what I like, is it's not just like really big names or anything.
He could employ Shelton Benjamin and the Robot. They can do both.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was even talking to Mitch, like, is it possible, like, if Mitch, like, got recruited there, think about that. He's upping his game.
That's, well, at the same time, you gotta say they're gonna pick up Bad Influence, too.
That's another possibility.
That would be
this is all the possibilities. This is what I like about this Global Force Wrestling. They're making.
They not lose a lot of employees, and it has.
They're kind of just wandering around, just trying to get a paycheck. But with
Global
Global Force Wrestling, you can have an opportunity to be like in this next big thing where they're actually having pay-per-views. I've seen some of the arenas. They're actually not. They're pretty big. They're almost like a little bit slightly bigger than TNA, almost like a WCW type deal, which is kind of big. And if they could get an awesome roster and they could get tons of money off this and sell a bunch of merchandise, they could become better than TNA and come very close to maybe the next best independent wrestling circuit, since Ring of Honor and stuff like that.
Having said all that, we're also getting way off track here.
We're getting way.
In the meantime, we're just going to wrap this up, okay?
Well, not yet, because we still got to do the next draft.
Yeah, well, last words on AJ Styles.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I will go first.
No, let me go first, because you're going to be the one who wrapped it up better, okay? I'll just tell you to shut the hell up when we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so AJ Styles.
We apologize.
We look forward to what you do in another company. I hope to see it on TV. I hope it's not one of those things where you got to go online, because we all want to see it.
Well, if it's on pay-per-view, we can watch it on pay-per-view, but I prefer to watch a live stream because it's free.
And either way, I just hope that we.
I would love to see AJ Styles wrestle, whether or not if it's on like just an independent show on the computer, or whether or not I just like to see him wrestle some more, because he is one of my favorites for certain reasons, like we've explained. And he will always remain probably one of my favorite TNA wrestlers, but not just that, one of my favorite professional wrestlers in history. And we will always remember, whether he's in a major wrestling company or when he passes away, we're going to remember. He's going to be like a Guerrero or Chris Benoit. Whether he's dead or not, we're going to remember him, and we will miss him. And we will never forget him. Whether the good or the bad.
He's not dead yet.
But you get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say.
It's like Undertaker. He's not dead yet.
Dead and walking.
Not yet.
But in
I have to face facts. It'll be dead man strolling, because he'd be on one of them scooters.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine Undertaker on a scooter? Oh my god.
It's got little skulls on them.
I'd hate to see Brock Lesnar's. Every time he hits the horn, someone gets suplexed.
But in those days, like AJ Styles, we'll both agree, one of the best pure athletes ever.
Or he hits the button for the horn, and all you hear is, Brock Lesnar! Freaking Paul Heyman screaming and saying, Brock Lesnar! And you're just like, I hate you.
Can't get up.
Who are you? He starts to get up and someone just spears him just because.
But that's pretty much our thoughts on AJ Styles. Awesome athlete. But now let's go ahead and pick the next 5 stars. Now, there are women wrestlers in here, but if we get women's wrestler, we're going to re-pick again, because these are mixed up for like the draft lottery, which we'll do hopefully another time.
Hookers.
So here we go.
Oh, your thing fell out.
Yeah.
That's why they're called a zipper.
Yep. My first pick is Homicide.
Homicide?
Homicide.
Ah, okay.
The other X Division wrestler in TNA.
Trying to get just one. Okay, there we go. Okay. So what we're going to do is, for the 5th one, we're each going to pick, and then we're going to just pick one of the 2, okay? Instead of doing that. Jake Roberts.
That's a big one. Okay.
Homicide.
You're terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, that's a tag team. Not doing that.
We should have put it over there then, so we didn't.
I don't know.
I'd throw him back in anyways.
Well, we're not really. He's not really a wrestler. It's Paul Bear. We got a pre-pick. He's more of a manager, not a wrestler. It's wrestler talk, not manager talk.
Oh no, they don't want to pick me.
Brian Kendrick.
Cool.
There you go.
There's one of the guys I'm wondering where
he's a former X Division wrestler.
That guy's not X Division.
He was an X Division champion. He beat Abyss. I remember that.
Okay. There you go. That one, mine is Daniel Bryan.
Well, we know who the winner that is.
We already know who the winner is.
Unless it depends on the final pick.
There literally is no one else to pick at this point.
Well, come on.
Okay, wait. Think about it. No, we're both going to pick one, and then we're going to decide which one we're going to get from the 2 of them. Okay? So, we want to know, who, before you pick it, though, who could be bigger than Daniel Bryan?
John Cena or The Rock? Stone Cold?
for talking.
Stone Cold, Rock, Cena.
Maybe CM Punk.
CM Punk. Well, here, go ahead.
You want me to pick mine first?
Yeah, go ahead and pick yours.
And we will compare the two. Make sure that I get a wrestler first. Okay, I got a wrestler, but I don't think it's going to be the pick. You dropped your thingy.
Yeah, I know.
Lazy finger.
Yeah.
Always flopping around.
I like this one.
So I got Frightmare. Which one did you get?
Edge.
Well, I think we'll get Edge because it's not
Yeah, Edge. That one I would love to talk about.
Now that's gonna be interesting because we got Edge and we have Daniel Bryan at the same time.
And don't forget Jake Roberts too. So
Yeah, Jake Roberts not even close.
So here we go. So we're gonna
Unless Jake Roberts gets eaten by a snake, literally.
So
I
here
just
we
don't
go.
see it.
Here are the picks. We got Edge. We have Daniel Bryan. We also have Brian Kendrick, Homicide, and then last but not least, Jake Roberts. So we will put those in the voting poll, so you guys can vote as many times as you want. It will give you guys about a month as well to take your time and vote on who you'd like to see us talk about next. And then don't forget to vote down below for the next Who's Better video. And we'll probably, just because for Scott's sake, we'll try to watch that Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
Why can't we pick the one that says hookers? We're like, 387,592 votes. Hey, a lot of nerds that look at this stuff.
But,
TNA, which one's your favorite?
well, he's more of the A, I'm more of the T.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but like I said, in terms of you, Scott, because you actually sent this message to us a while ago about the Ring of Honor pay-per-view in December. Tell you what, Brandon and I will give it a watch because I'm actually curious in watching more of Ring of Honor because it is a wrestling promotion. And let's see what they do. So maybe we'll try to see if we could do that somewhere in December, depending on when it is, and we'll check out hopefully the Global Force Wrestling whenever that comes out, just to see how it is and what they do with that. And of course, we'll do Royal Rumble, hopefully live reactions for that. Definitely do a Royal Rumble contest. We'll figure out when it gets closer, but I'm gonna definitely do a Royal Rumble contest. And then we will possibly be doing something special for WrestleMania. It depends.
Don't forget, floppy wieners.
Yeah. Jose!
He watches this!
No, he'll be too busy.
That's all him.
It's us.
Not scripted at all.
Well, none of this was scripted anyway, so.
We need some censors on him.
That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, I'm Preston, so take care of all my peeps, and this is
Captain Asshole. Second.
the Captain Asshole.
Only one. One is already enough.
The. So, take care, all my peeps, and we'll see you next time.